What's up, everybody?
Yo,
What's happening,
yo,
brother?
what's
Another
up,
Lazy
man?
Boy Sunday. What's happening, man?
You know how we do.
You know how we do, Lazy
Another Sunday,
Boys.
man.
It hasn't been bad, man. What up, Mud Scuffer?
Mud Scuffer,
Um,
numero
man,
uno.
it hasn't been bad, man. It's been pretty chill. Like good weekend, I guess. Like some cool shit came in that I was been wanting, and I know you got some cool shit come in that you've been
Oh yeah.
wanting.
Yeah.
So
I, I
it
think
was
I
it was
spent
good,
pretty
man.
much the entire morning just shooting. Like I got I got some grails in, and
Yes,
the ideas, man, just been clicking
yes,
away.
yes.
It's been fun. I haven't really sat down and shot like this in a while, so
Oh, that's
it was
awesome.
refreshing. It was good.
That is amazing. That's what I'm talking about. Rad Toys Galaxy, what's up?
Rad, what up,
Terrell X, one of
Terrell?
our guest hosts frequently. Terrell X, thank
Hmm.
you, brother.
Got to get him
Um,
back on.
yeah, we got once Pick Bar gets running back up,
Hmm.
we'll definitely have the brothers up north come in and do their thing. Man, tonight we have special guests. We got Deadmanwon Digital
Hmm.
Ronin coming in here in a little bit. Before we
Deadman's gonna
bring
be
in our
pulling.
guest,
He's gonna be pulling double duty. He was on
yes,
Latin Legions for a little bit tonight too.
that's right, that's right. Before we get that coming in, let's it's lazy, so show us a couple of your grails real quick. Just show them to us, screen before
Gotcha.
we get started.
Let me get
Show us what you're working with, man.
the proper lighting going.
Show us what you're
So,
working with.
first off, I'm gonna start with something funny.
All right,
So one of this we're talking about the Mezco Power Ranger set. For those of you who don't know,
there you go.
um, we're gonna start off with something funny. One of my the set's great. The set completely blew me away. But one thing that's hilarious. So the Red Ranger's power sword
Mm-hmm.
is hilariously underscaled. Like
Oh shit!
look at that.
Why is it?
I don't know if it's coming off as small as it is.
It looks
Turn that down.
smaller than it should be, particularly.
For hold on,
But wait a minute, is
because
there two of them?
yeah, there's that
The
one.
one for when
They're
you're
both
doing the.
the same size, but shit, that's not it. But then they came with like the red translucent one, which is
Oh,
really cool,
that's dope.
like a powered up version,
Yeah.
but it's the same size. So for comparison, like here's the Green Ranger's Sword of Darkness,
Yes.
and that's Jason's sword. Like he can do the two-handed pose,
Yeah, but it just
but it's hilarious, man. Like that shit looks so bad.
what is that? That's a
Um,
crocodile Dundee. That's not a knife.
like it's a fucking dagger, man.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
power dagger.
Power
You got
dagger.
the
There
wrong
you go.
weapon, bro.
Yeah.
But um, but the detail on these is incredible.
That's dope, dude. Looks like you got it.
What do you think? He got it at Walmart, right?
He got the
That Timu power sword.
yeah, that's the Timu power sword.
That cheap like
Machine.
$10 like cosplay thing you buy at Walmart.
Yes. Yeah.
Um, and what's interesting is on the females. So
Mm-hmm.
the females have the that silicone body,
Yes.
which is apologize to Tweet Train, but like it's
Squishy.
squishy and
Yeah,
squishy. um,
that's how they're.
Everything from the neck down to the knees is that silicone,
That's
which makes
awesome.
I've seen good versions and I've seen bad versions.
Uh-huh.
This makes the articulation so much better. Like
I hear
the
they're better than the males.
yeah, the females compose better than the males.
That's amazing.
Um, but yeah, this set's great. Definitely worth the money in my opinion. I'm a little biased because I'm a huge fan. Um, I will say some of
Mhm.
the human head sculpts are a little off.
Yeah.
Um, And some of them, because the way the neck is designed, when you put the human head on, it can give them the giraffe neck, which is
Yeah, but how
kind of bad.
often are you gonna really display them with their unmatched?
Oh, they're not going to be displayed at all with the human
Yeah.
heads. They're just going
I,
to be used for
in fact,
specific shots.
what up, Samurai Chris? Thanks for
Like
joining us tonight, brother. In fact, I only
Samurai.
know one person who actually maybe intends to display them like that, and I think that's Zombie Clown because he said he may get like get extra bodies to put the head sculpts on or something.
Like that, like they don't look
It looks
bad,
pretty dope.
but
It looks pretty dope.
they don't look bad at all.
No, not
But
horrible.
they're hit or miss. Like Trini, I think Trini, Jason, and Zach look the best.
Okay.
Kimberly, they
and Billy look kind of.
Yeah, well, it's weird because so these are supposed to be See, they can never seem to get her right.
No, that doesn't look much better than the power or
like Kimmy Gibbler.
Yeah,
but it's weird because these are supposed to be the season 1 iterations.
Terrell asked, are these the Mesco figs? Yeah.
Yes, they are. These are supposed to be the season 1 looks, but they didn't give a man his glasses. Like,
oh damn.
But yeah, I mean it's pretty good. Billy's all right. I think he has a bit of a Jay Leno chin, but
yeah, there you go though.
But yeah, I am very pleased with.
That's what I'm talking about.
And they're definitely going. They pair so well with the Green Ranger. Now I need the white one. So
yeah,
that's next on the list.
It's time to do it. It's time to pull the trigger. Speaking of pull the triggers, we're gonna pull the trigger and bring in our guest tonight. We got Deadmanwon Digital Ronin coming in. They're gonna talk about something really awesome. I think this really badass for the community. We're gonna let them break that down to you as we bring them in real quick. Let's get them into the thing and say welcome to the show.
What's up, fellas?
What's up, brothers? How y'all doing? How's it going?
Good. I've been running my ass off all day.
Well, thanks for joining us, brother. Appreciate you coming in. Digital, thank you again for joining us tonight, man. We really appreciate you, fellas.
Yes, thank you guys.
You know,
all the running around today has been fun. Everything I've done.
That's good though. Yeah. That's a good thing. We want to say bringing you guys in, without, this Lazy Boy. So nothing's really scripted. We just fly off the head. So we jump right into it. Tell us about Legion's magazine out the gate. Let us know what the hell we're doing here, because this sounds.
Ronan, I just did this. I'm gonna let you do it.
Tag, you're it.
Tell us about Digital.
Yeah, so a few months ago, I gave away an art book on the Toymarks 4,000 subscriber giveaway, and it went over really well. Got a lot of good compliments and stuff out of it, and I was like, this would be really cool. I want to put together something like this for the toy pick community. The collectors and the toy pick photographers, and all of us out here. And we thought it would be a really cool idea, and looking for an audience and somebody to help with it. I originally wanted to do a big art book and started talking to Deadman about it, partnering with Toymarks to, get that whole community involved. And it was going to be pretty stinking expensive. So we decided, hey, that's really cool, but nobody's going to buy it. So we decided, what's a better way to do it? What's something that would really hopefully excite people and get the community involved, that we could put together ourselves on a shoestring budget that would be really, really cool to highlight people in the community. And the magazine idea popped up. So, we want to highlight as much as we can in the community. The plan is to publish quarterly. So, spring, summer, winter, fall, highlight, as many photographers as we can, that we know or that interact with the pages that we're members of, and get those people involved. We want to do articles about, Photoshop tips and editing and lighting and tutorials and customs and dioramas. And basically try to cover all the bases that, of all the stuff that we like. And
That's dope.
hopefully other people like it too. So, Deadman's been, busting his ass to try to get all the back end done and to, get people on board with it and spread the word. And, I've been doing the design and trying to get pictures and things thrown in it to make it look pretty. We've got the first issue pretty much ready to go. We just wanted to get some pre-orders in because, like I said, this is funded by us. We didn't do a Kickstarter. We didn't do any sort of crowdfunding. So the more orders we get, the more we can order, the more magazines we can pump out into the community. So, yeah, legionsmagazine.com.
Yeah, so if anybody in the chat wants to go order that magazine right now, we'll wait for you.
You heard the man. This is amazing, man. This first of all, just bravo, fellas. This is incredible. Like to put together a magazine like that's not, you guys aren't like Toy Fair, but you're making something that looks as good, if not better, than Toy Fair. This is amazing, dude. This is incredible. Like, and you're making it, as it says, by the community by putting in these Photoshop tutorial. Like, that's amazing right there. That's what people have always asked for. And a lot of times I've seen people ask, like some of the people who've been around in the toy community for a long time, and they tend to brush them off, like, why are you asking me these questions and stuff like that? And it's like, but they're new toy photographers and new people in the community that really want to learn these things, and they really would appreciate someone who has knowledge of it, like sharing that with them. Don't not being stingy. So this is awesome. Creator spotlight. This is amazing. Like, dude, I gotta applaud you, dudes. This is dope. Yeah. Damn.
Yeah, this is mostly Ronin's idea and work, by the way. I have been running around like crazy networking, but and I did write an article.
No, dude, I expected you to. This is amazing. And actually, damn man, you're doing everything, dude. Like, what do you not do, bro?
Dude, today I've been on 3 podcasts now today, and I also had to take some time and go over to the shop where I work and start a prototype for the first initial prototype for Odd Frog Entertainment, and I can't tell you what that is, but I was working on that today too. I had 2 hours to go over there and do it. And my boss was like, "What's going on?" I'll get away from the saws.
So let me ask you guys this, because this is incredible. Like, what made you think that the community needed this level of tender loving care, man? Because you guys are like, I'm serious, whether it's Legion's magazine, whether it's the stuff you're doing with Odd Frog and helping, like, you guys are really serious about like making this community see that you don't have to be backed by this huge whatever to bring entertainment, to bring knowledge, to bring community to the community. Like, what got you guys on that path?
Well, for me, it started with starting Toymerks. It wasn't, it wasn't anything that I ever really thought I was going to do. I've told the story many times. I wrote the articles on this story. I got drunk one night and just said I was going to do it because I saw a lot of gatekeeping in the community, and I wasn't about it. And then Toy Got Original, he held me to it, and he helped me for the first year. Like, he was right there in the trenches with me, and then he had to go do some family things, and he's back in the community now, and he's not quite back at Toymerks, but I've always said, and I said it in the article, he's got a seat at that table whenever he wants it, and it is right next to me.
Nice.
And I'm not saying that I'm like the leader of Toymerks or anything, because I'm not. The Toymerks has always been for the community, by the community. There's no room to budge on that at all, ever.
That's excellent. That's excellent.
Anybody in the community, even assholes that talk shit on other photographers, can get involved with Toymerks. I mean, they're not going to be loud, but
really, no, I love that, dude. And digital, like, I have to say, man, just shout out to you, bro. You've actually been, you're one of the toy photographers that actually kind of led me into using more digital like stuff in like more photo like because when you started doing your I was like, dude, it's okay to do that because the shit turns out beautiful, man, and nobody can really come back at that. So like as an inspiration to me with your digital skills, man, like what led you to go, hey man, I really want to dig in and start helping the community as much as I can? What led you to that?
Well, man, first off, I appreciate that, man. That's kind words, dude. I really appreciate it. There's people out there a lot better than I am. So I appreciate
Well,
dude, I'm going to interrupt you right there and say you're up there, bro. You're
exactly. I'm gonna debate that.
I appreciate that, man. But it's like Deadman said, there's, especially when it comes to the photography community in general, there's a lot of gatekeeping. Like, this is my secret way to do things. I don't want to share it. And it's really hard, I think, when you're first starting out to learn. And I think this is a legitimate form of photography. You're creating stories. Because that's
absolutely
what photography is all about. So, I wanted to give people some way other than social media, because we don't really have the control over social media that we think we do, and it's
no.
So this is, we can't get the reach or the exposure for everybody we want to, like you can on an Instagram page, but we can give somebody something really cool to look forward to that'll hopefully be a highlight that they can be proud of and share. When I had my first photography published, it was, I bought 15 copies. I gave one to everybody I know. I'm like, look at this. This is awesome. I'm a professional now. They don't have to know that it was basically donated. And I didn't make money on that, but it was cool. And
sorry, guys.
You're just trying to interrupt me, man. What the hell? No, but I'm rambling here. But the point being, we want to share this. We want to share that experience and that feeling of, excitement again, because whether your picture gets 20 likes or 200 likes, it's not anything that you can like keep, social media is fleeting. There's always something else new and shiny that's going to grab your attention. Whereas if you got, a magazine, you can frame it, you can show it off to friends, you can,
let's hold that up to us so we can, because we want to see what that looks like.
That's a beauty.
I love the actual ratio. I love that. I love that ratio that you guys. What made you decide on that ratio of
it? Honestly, it was cheaper to print than the bigger ones.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good size.
There we go.
I like the ratio. I like the way it's framed. That's nice.
To be perfectly transparent, this is just a couple of sample pages I did on my home printer. We haven't actually got anything from our actual printer yet.
Right.
But, I wanted to make sure it fit in the bags and the boards okay, because we want to ship
man.
in a bag, keep them nice for everybody.
Absolutely.
And, so we're having fun with it, and hopefully they'll show up nice and people will be proud of it and, share it with their friends and stuff.
Dude, that's so sweet. That's so sweet, man. And we got some people in here. Jedi Jack. Let's see here. I saw Vico Sands. I saw a couple people jump in here. Like, okay, so tonight's guest, Deadmanwon Digital Ronin. So going back to, because you touched on some stuff, both of you guys touched on some stuff that I thought was very interesting, because unfortunately there has been some degrees of gatekeeping in the toy community. And one of the things that, like, again, made you one of my inspirations, digital, is that, like, we know about I say it's Lazy Boyz. I say what the fuck I'm gonna say. ACBA, like, it's like, I get their angle, like, we're practical, whatever, we're showing this practical, this and that. I get that angle, but I did not like how judgmental they were against people using any form of Photoshop or any type of editing or whatever that was. When it made me think about it, I said, well, this is, after all, still toy photography, right? This is still at the root of it, photography.
Yeah.
You tell me a film or a television show or whatever that does not use post editing.
Well,
I'd love to see that, and I'd love to go watch
Mhm.
that on TV if that's actually available. But I don't think that is, because when you're using photography, it is a process and it's a part of it. Post production, pre production, when you're doing the setups, when you're doing those things, and so I always thought that when a person's using Photoshop or whatever, there's absolutely zero wrong with that with your photo, because
um,
it's a part of photography that it comes along with it, just like film and television. So that's
um,
my whole thing.
I agree with you to an extent. When it comes to ACBA, I just want to say they've lightened up on that a lot in
That's good. They
the
should.
last few years.
They should.
They're a little more accepting about it, and it's not like those people don't edit their photos. They just want everything in the photo to be actually in the photo, not
Mhm.
that's just it's just their way of doing it, which is fine. And I do remember when I first came to the community and I saw them, and they were a little harsh about it, but they've
Yes,
mellowed out a lot in
that's
the
good. They should,
last
Good.
because they
years
have to
about it.
understand that editing again is a process part of when you're
Well,
doing
I mean,
art.
if you take your film that you
Mhm.
get from just like some disposable camera and you take that thing to Rite Aid, they're doing some sort of editing
Mhm.
Yes,
before
sir.
you ever see it, because if they don't mess with the clarity, it's going to be fuzzy no matter how in focus your photo was.
Mhm.
This is correct.
It's just how it works. There's some form of editing that happens no matter what. And
Yes.
so that's yeah. There are people in the community that refuse to edit at all. They think it totally cheapens the photography, and I'm just like, "Hey,
I guess.
have you met a photographer before?"
Right. Thank you. I guess that's the case.
What
Skeleton Collectibles join us. What's up, Blitz?
Kelly,
By to
Hey,
say what's
Skelly.
up, man.
Kelly.
But no, this is an amazing journey, man, that you guys are going on by doing this. And I think that again, it's been missing, because I remember the days of what was it, Toy Fair, I think it was, that used to come out all the time.
Mhm.
That magazine. They'd have like the shots of the new figs or something like that, and a
Well,
couple of articles or whatever.
there's just something about having something physical in your hands and flipping through those pages, seeing something that strikes your eye. Because for me, like, this is such a awesome and unique thing. Because I remember, like, back in the day, collecting like Nintendo Power magazines, Game
Mm,
Informer, um, and so, like, physical media
Do they,
will
do they
always
do
be
they
the
even
standard
still
for me.
print Game Informer? Is that still a thing?
I think it actually died a few years ago,
oh,
either that or they went all digital.
okay.
Um,
Mm,
but I'm not 100% sure.
mm. No, I mean it is something. I mean, as an ad, I still collect comics to this day.
Hmm.
In fact, I
Yeah,
don't even have a digital format for any of the comic books that
it,
I
it
read.
it doesn't compare. It
No,
doesn't.
it is what it is.
It
But
kind of doesn't, and there's some unfortunateness about the digital thing that we're going to have to embrace that world to some degree, no matter what. It's
Hmm.
there's
yes, that's
there's
correct.
Yeah.
nothing we can do about it. It turns out that shipping overseas is probably something that anybody who wants a physical magazine is not going to want to pay.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, turns out international shipping is probably going to be double the price of the magazine if
Oh,
you're
by
lucky,
far.
and
Yeah,
probably
Hmm.
triple.
Yeah, yeah. In some places, more.
yeah. I mean, and it's weird that it's like that, because in fact, this came up when people were talking about like the Mythic Legion's dragon or whatever. People are paying as much as shipping as the damn item costs. It's like crazy. So shipping is always it's always been like a crazy thing to ship
Hmm.
something overseas or whatever it is. And in fact, you'll get it here. I know at least what is it, UPS and the post office. They're weird. They measure, like, you would think that weight would be the determining factor for but it's actually like the length, right? They'll they'll
Hmm.
they'll measure the length of the box and go, oh, that's gonna make it. It's like, but this box it's like 0 ounces. Yeah, but it's this length, so that's what.
Yeah.
So
It's how much
weird
room
how
it takes
they
up.
do that.
That's all they care
So
about.
it's so weird how they do that. But I think that, like, going back to what Green says, it's something so. It's not even really nostalgic. It's just something that feels so. It feels like you're collecting a figure, right? It's the
Yep.
same. By doing it in this format, it makes it feel like you're collecting a figure to get your magazine.
Well, in itself, it is another form of collecting. Because I remember I
Yes,
had this huge binder, and I would put all my like old Nintendo Power in like sleeves and have binders of those.
yes. That's
Right.
what's nice about it. That is really what's nice about it. And I love how you guys are deciding to do it quarterly. That's something that I remember. Like I said, there's a couple of magazines I remember came out quarterly, and it was so cool because that quarterly thing really built your anticipation for the next release. Like,
We talked about doing it more often, but we didn't want people to get burned out on it.
yes,
We want the magazine to grow. We would love to have more pages in it, double the content eventually, hopefully, fingers crossed. But
oh, yeah.
Please.
yeah, but quarterly is a cool is a good schedule for something like this because it gives new figures time to penetrate the community. It gives people get something to look forward to. It gives us a seasonal theme, depending on what's going on, that if we want
Yes.
to, and that's not saying we may not do special issues or annuals or something else on top of that, but that's the plan. We don't want people to get burned out on it. We want to make sure that it's accessible, because do you really want to spend $20 a month on a magazine if you're spending that much on figures? I mean, Deadman and I were talking the other day, if you're looking at $25 figures, we don't want people to have to choose.
Right. No,
Yeah.
you're right. You're right.
Yeah, it was really important to me to keep the price under $20 because once you hit that $20 mark, people are just like, I could buy a figure.
Yep. No, you got a great point there, and that's coming up more and more nowadays as the prices kind of creep up on different manufacturers. Like it's really interesting because now people are getting into that mode of like really cherry picking how they collect. But I think at the end, we probably always should have been cherry picking. That way you don't end up having stuff you just got to sell.
You definitely should have. I mean,
you live, you learn.
right.
When I first hit Instagram, I was already collecting when I hit Instagram. But when I first hit Instagram, I bought every fucking thing I could find, and now I have bins and bins of shit I cannot get rid of.
That's
right. Yep.
Like, I don't want to throw away, but part of me really wants to throw away my entire Marvel Legends collection.
No, I don't blame you, because you're right. That's exactly what happens when you get into that mode. Is like you're buying, but we probably all should have been cherry picking from out the gate. Pat the Collector, what's up, man? And Terrell X has got to pick where you spend. That's absolutely right. That's a very, very good motto to go by. Pick where you spend and spend wisely. He said, now I definitely enjoy my figs more now that I've slowed down in buying quality figs. There you go.
Yep, absolutely.
No, that's the way to do it. So that's why I agree. You're doing it quarterly, definitely frees it up for people to go, okay, I can look forward to that and record it and grab the magazine. So no, this is great, man. This is really, really, really great. Like, so what are some of your criteria for like putting in the tutorials or putting in the featured artist spotlight? What do you guys look for to build that around when you put it in the magazine? You kind of run us through how you lay it out.
That's either a question for Ronin, or I'll give you the easy answer. We're kind of just flying by the seat of our pants, honestly. Like we've been having a lot of fun just talking about it, and like talking about arrangements and like possible articles and all that sort of stuff. And it's just whatever comes to fruition gets in the magazine, basically. Like we're just going for it. And I mean, we do have a criteria, like we do have an idea of what we definitely have, the conversations that give us that idea.
Okay.
And then I know Ronin, he's got way more in his head than I do all the time.
That's nice.
You say that you're the one who's always got the ideas. Hey man, I just thought of this.
Well, yeah, I know. I do always have ideas, but you always have to like mellow me out and just be like, let's do what we decided 3 days ago instead of what you decided in the last 3 days.
So Deadman's a diamond in the rough. You refine him.
It's one of those things that we're I think more excited about this than anybody else. So we're doing this.
It's
just
a little
as much
unfortunate, but yeah.
So yeah, I mean we've got tons of ideas that we want to do eventually. For the first couple of issues at least. For the articles, we're trying to think of, what is it that people are asking a lot. What are people really wanting to know, or what do we think they want to hear? Like the Photoshop stuff. I'm going by stuff people have asked me.
Yes.
The reason I did the focus stacking article in the first magazine was I had a lot of people ask me, well, how do you get your pictures so sharp, man? And I'm like, I cheat. Let me show you how to do it.
Nice.
I don't, you'll never, even if I told you how to do my stuff, unless you want to take the time to sit down and learn how to do it and do it, you're never going to do it exactly like me anyway. You should be doing your own style. I don't really believe in the gatekeeping. I want to be able to share and help make, the people reading this or the guys following me or all the Twinworks, if there's something that I do that somebody's got a question about, I got no problem answering it. I think what I'm going to do for the second issue is, I'm calling it the one-man army. And that is how to take one figure and fill up a page with it. I did that with a recent Warhammer figure. And it was literally like, I don't know, on the screen, it looked like 30 something figures. And I think there were 10 just in different poses that I moved around and put into Photoshop. So, stuff like that isn't, if you've got a program that can do layers and isolate figures and a tripod, you should be able to do that to some degree. And so I want to help people out and make them do that, because it's not as hard as people think it is. It's just making it accessible.
That's right.
Yeah. One of the biggest things with Photoshop that I've noticed, because I just recently got Photoshop, and you would honestly, it almost feels like I don't shave the sides of my head anymore. I just rip the hair completely out. There's so many tools, and just remembering how to get to all of them, because there's all the tools you see on the screen, right? But then there's all the drop down tools from all the
hidden shortcuts,
layer menus and all that, and it's driving me insane. But I'm doing it. I haven't posted a picture this entire month that wasn't edited on my computer.
Nice. We had a question. Terrell says, what is the link? I'll pull that up right now. Give me a second.
Legionsmagazine.com.
Yep.
Let's pull that up right here. So let's put it up for people so they can see it.
Oh, I was just about
there
to
you
do
guys
that.
Go. There's Link.
Faster than me.
There she blows.
Ronin did some really cool shit with this too.
Yes.
He really did. He really did. As you scroll down, that shit, all that red shit moves.
Yeah, this is awesome. As it says, for the community, by the community.
I hate building websites, guys. This is a miracle this happened.
This is amazing. It looks so good, man.
Hey, you killed it.
Look at this. And again, for those wondering, that pricing is let's see. Digital Ronin, Deadmanwon, they're giving you the Jada experience. This is Jada Toys right here. They're giving you the premiums for excellent price. That's what we're talking about.
That was a very nice thing to say. Yeah. I appreciate that.
They're giving you the Jada. And check out the YouTube, please. So you can see the promo.
Well, yeah, go to the website. Just click that.
Yes.
Also, click on all of those things too.
Yeah, he's here.
And isn't there like a, oh yeah, click on the magazine for sure. Definitely click on the magazine.
Yeah.
Go to the store, go to the Instagram, go to the merch. Don't go to the contacts. I don't need any more emails.
Oh man. That's awesome.
How do we feel about getting Terrell comics off? And never mind, I was gonna say getting Terrell comics off of off of Rowan's face.
What up, Raven?
Hey, Raven.
Raven
Hey, man.
in the
Fine.
house.
Turn around. Thanks for joining us. But yeah, these guys, like I said, they're doing something again that is much needed, much deserved, and just you got to give them praise for this because again, the community. I mean, there's so I've seen so many new toy photographers, so many new people joining. Like it seems like weekly, and something like this will just give them something that they'll just be like, wow, this is out there, this is cool, like this is this lets them know that there might be gatekeepers, but there's fellas out here like these fellas that are shattering those expectations of gatekeeping and bringing stuff to everybody who is looking to join this community. Because I've seen a lot of people in more recent years join the community that really got discouraged and just didn't. They were hitting brick walls and thinking other people who had stature would be more giving, more responsive, and just really shattering their dreams and making them go, well, I'm not even going to take a shot. And you can go, and you can see in their Instagram, it'll be like last photo they did was like 2023 or something like that. And it's kind of like, dang, man, they got really discouraged by just some stuff.
It's even more discouraging when you see that their last photo that was in 2023 and like you talk to them. Or
yes.
Exactly. Or they like share your stuff to their story, and then you're just like, wow, man, that's terrible. And that goes along with that. Why that for the community, by the community thing. There's zero room for negotiation on that. Zero room. Everyone is welcome. Everyone
Absolutely.
is welcome.
I think I've been really, really lucky that I've met some really, really cool people, and besides one or two people who have just kind of, blown off the fact I do so much stuff in Photoshop, even those guys weren't rude about it. I've been really lucky.
That's good.
So, it's just there's some really cool people here, and I think, we need to, like you said, help the new people grow, make them feel welcome, and do what we can to, share what we know.
Yes.
Yes.
Terrell has a question too. I'm in Canada. I try to support bros. If shipping in Canada becomes possible, let me know. He's ready.
Well, there is. I was actually just responding to that to him and both him and Rad Toys Galaxy because they're both in Canada. We're not opposed to doing a case by case basis on actually sending you the magazine. If you're overseas, the actual physical magazine, it's just going to cost a lot of money. Ronan was telling me that he was looking to Canada just to send an envelope to Canada is going to cost, what was it, $20, $23, something like that.
Yeah, it's like $20. So we're going to be, we're going to send all these out in these, what do you call it? Lay flat, non-bendable, supposedly envelopes, and to send this magazine to the all of our friends in the Great White North will cost about $25, and that is with a discounted shipping rate through a service.
Wow.
So if like Deadman said, if you guys are willing to pay that, we will be happy to make it happen. Contact us directly. We'll do our best to get you one. But it's one of those things we hesitate to put it on the site because we don't want to turn people off or give people a bad day saying, "Oh, you're just trying to rip me off by charging $25 for shipping." And it's like, no, we just don't want money on shipping. So it kind of is what it is as far as the shipping goes, and we're doing our best, and we're looking into other options to try to get it to where people who want it, but.
Actually,
Terrell has an answer to it.
There we go.
I've actually been thinking about that. I can arrange something. I know a guy who lives in Canada that visits Michigan quite often. I could possibly talk him into going down there quarterly.
Nice.
There we go.
Nice.
Might be something to do.
That is awesome. No, and you guys are right about that. It's so funny because one of our buddies, really good buddy, Midnight Stars Dave, he he's always explained to us it's easier for him to get stuff to us from Canada than it is for us to send Dave something. It's like super easy for him to send us. Sometimes it's so cheap for him, he'll just send us shit free. Like, here you go, it's nothing. But to send Dave something, yeah, it's arm and a leg. You gotta take out a loan.
It's pretty crazy. The international shipping is crazy. So we can send stuff to
heading down next Friday.
we can send stuff to Puerto Rico and to Hawaii and to Alaska for much cheaper than we can to Mexico or Canada.
Wow.
Yeah, it makes zero sense.
No,
but just the way it is.
Far. And so is Alaska. Damn. He says
and Hawaii.
Dry.
And Hawaii.
Let's go. International. Oh my god.
Oh, I love that guy.
Yes.
That's awesome. Oh man. But no, this is the thing is that it's what you guys are doing, man. I'm blown away by this whole thing. Like, and it's such a brilliant idea to put it together, package it, bind it into a magazine, and make it something physical that people can, man, you guys, man, this is great. So are you guys going to be able to, like, are you going to hit up like any like cons your area or whatever, and like, so at least take them with you to show people what's going on, even if you don't, get a table or something like that? What is your plans like to show people that there's this out there in the public beyond just?
We're gonna have a small showing at Toylanta this weekend.
Nice, yes.
This coming weekend. It's just a little flyer, but it's a nice little flyer. So we'll have a little showing there. I do plan on at least going to Washington Toy Fair in Puyallup.
Okay.
This summer, so plan on bringing a few issues there. And as far as actually going to cons for just the magazine, I don't know if that's sustainable.
Right.
You guys better buy a whole bunch of them. We'll be happy to go.
yeah. Everybody who's already bought one, go buy 7 more. We'll be at cons, I promise.
It's one of those things. I used to draw a lot of like gaming illustrations and some comic book stuff and things, and I've done a lot of shows and pictures doing that, and it's so much fun. I would love to go have a table at like New York Comic Con or Toy Fair or one of those places. It would just be a blast, I think. But we got to get this off the ground and get the news out and try to get the word out first.
I think the last thing on our mind is a UPC symbol.
Yeah, got you.
Like we're not even worried about that at this point.
But no, we know people. Worst case scenario, like we can do like what we're doing at Toylanta. We can send them flyers, have them in other people's booths. Going, we can maybe send some sample issues out to take to some big names, or flyers to hand out at the shows and stuff. It's something I think we're excited about sharing and getting out there. But as far as actually attending shows ourselves, I live in the middle of nowhere, man. There is nothing here.
Oh man.
But so that's kind of down the road a little bit, I think.
There you go. All right. There you go. I just know, and the reason why I asked is because I noticed that there's quite a few, like, just, I get cons or whatever. There's a lot of them cropping up lately. Like they're it's no longer like just the big boys and they're the only ones doing it. There's a lot of them popping up that are just cropping up, and people, because in some sense the community all around is growing, so more and more people are attending these types of
well, in Washington we have 4 a year alone, and it's all the same.
Wow.
It's all the same one. They just move around. That's not even counting Emerald City Comic Con, which is not worth going to, but Seattle's it's not that big of a deal. It's dude. I looked at the vendors list and it's like all brew pubs and tattoo shops. Actually, it's not even brew pubs. If it was brew pubs, I would have went.
You would have went. Okay. No, because I know, like for example, Green. There's like how many? You've got a lot of stuff that happens near. I mean, at least you go to a bunch of different little things.
Yeah, so we have the Charlotte Collecticon that comes down every year. That's pretty big. It's more like trading cards, Funko Pops, some action figures, stuff like that. But it's fun. I've been a few times. And then just like random signings and stuff at the comic shop. But,
Yeah. Now,
But,
this all being said, if any of you in the chat are planning on hosting a table at any sort of con, hit us up. Hit
Yes.
myself or Digital Running Up, and we'll set you up as well as we can.
Right.
Jedi Jack at Legion's Con. He'll be
That's
there
kind of what I was
next year.
getting to. I just didn't want to call him out.
I'll do that for you. I got you.
And actually, you brought up something interesting, Green. Do you guys have like, is there shops, comic shops local to you where you like? Because again, I like for me, the comic shop I go to, a lot of those guys in there are like Instagram. Some of them they collect figures and do stuff like that. So a lot of times we're in there talking about figures just as much as we're talking about comic books. So have you guys did like a search for those and like maybe pop up at comic shops and be like, hey, I know some of your customers collect figures up in here. Check this out.
I know Deadman's done a little bit of research into stuff close to him.
Yeah.
We only had one shop in my little town. Don't know if it's still open.
I would like to really quick just address Raven.
Yes.
We got Toylanta pretty much covered. But if you go to the Odd Frog Entertainment booth, they're gonna have a stack of like 500 little flyers. You can easily grab 50 or 100 of them and walk around.
There you go. Raven will do that. Don't tempt him on that.
He will.
He'll do it. He'll grab all of them and put them. They'll be all over Toylanta. Good one, anime figure.
All over the convention.
Good one. That's a good.
That's actually something I've been thinking about. He goes there regularly too.
I do too. So hey, give me what you need, and I'll take them.
Oh my goodness! It looks like we're spending just as much money on the magazine as on flyers, guys. Let's do this.
Oh.
No, seriously.
I mean,
we could make that happen.
Yeah, make it like I go usually every week. So definitely, like let me know how I can print the flyers out myself or whatever.
Do you walk around with the helmet on it?
No, but
or is it the Spider-Man mask then? Like
no, actually, but it's funny you say that because every week that I go, there are cosplayers there. Like I don't know why they particularly cosplay, but they just do. No, I'm serious. They show up, and some of them are really elaborate just for something that's open every week. And but they do it. They do it.
Well, I mean, there's all those cosplayers on Hollywood Boulevard too for no reason.
I guess they're kind of making some kind of.
I cosplay every time I go to work. So.
Yeah, me too. I cosplay as a carpenter 5 days a week.
Let's see here. I'm passing on the parking lot, Joe Fest in June. Okay, cool. Nice.
In the parking lot.
Yeah. That's
why not?
No, I think that's awesome. But I mean, can you imagine him out there, Rad out there, in like a G.I. Joe cosplay, handing people flyers in the Joe Fest parking lot?
Yeah, hey, knowing's half the battle, as they say. You never know.
As long as
he's just saying the parking lot because once he gets into Joe Fest, he's gonna be like, "Ooh, shiny," and he's gonna forget.
IshCon with Green. What is IshCon?
It's another toy show. It's up in Raleigh, North Carolina.
Okay, all right.
So yeah, he's going, and Raleigh's just like 3 hours away from me. So I was like, hey, let's go, another road trip.
Oh, that's what's up. There you go. Yeah, so hey, there you go, man. There's a lot of people. cosplaying as Scarlet.
I don't know if you guys have ever met Rad in person, but trust me, you do not want him cosplaying.
That's horrible. Oh man. But yeah, no, this is man, this is so man. I'm so and if it hasn't been told you guys, I'm just proud of you guys, man. This is dope. Dude.
I appreciate it, man.
This is
Thank you.
amazing, bro.
Yeah.
Like
That's actually the first. I mean, so many people are excited about that, but that's the first time we've heard that. At least the first time I've heard it.
Yeah.
My wife at this point isn't even proud. She's just like, would you just stop promoting it? Can you come and watch a fucking movie with me and eat dinner with me? And the funny thing about that is I was a chef for like the first for like 12 years we were together, and I never ate dinner with her.
right.
So, while we've got an audience, what do you guys want to see in future issues?
Excellent
What kind of articles? Do you want more Photoshop stuff? Do you want diorama stuff? Do you want a little bit of both? I mean, we probably can't give you everything, not all at once anyway. But we want to give the community what they need to know and what they want to see, and
I'll be right back, fellas.
Okay.
Oh, you're good.
have fun with it.
No, that's a great. You guys heard digital, like what is some of the stuff you'd like to see? Because I know I know Photoshop's a big thing, right? That people want to know how they can do like next level tier editing in their shots. Dioramas is a good thing. People want to know how they can even make like I suck at doing that, but there's plenty of talented people who want to learn how to do it and have the patience to learn how to do it. So those are two big things that I think that the fellas could really use input on as far as what they can put into the coming magazines.
For me,
here's something for you, digital. I'm sorry, Green. Here's something.
No, you're good. You're good.
This is. Oh, hold on.
Everything all at once.
Toy reviews and comparison. That's
hell yeah, that would be dope.
Yeah, that's interesting. He said everything. No need everything all at once.
It'll be this thick. It'll be like those old Sears catalogs you used to get when I was
right. Spotlights.
You get like a phone book, like it's like
right.
this thing.
People who are starting up. That's interesting. Okay, here's a good one. Force perspective and lighting are key tools. All right, these are good, guys. Thank you for.
You could,
appreciate the ideas.
Well, for me,
Candace. What you got, Green?
No, I was gonna say, like, for me, one of the things I would like to see is like kind of like a tips and tricks section, like for like say if you want to tackle like lighting one day, like tips and tricks for lighting, like bounce cards, like the differences between like soft and hard lighting and all that stuff. I think that would be pretty cool.
That's nice.
That is actually a very good idea, and it's definitely been something in the back of my mind because I tell people all the time that when they ask me about lighting, I just what I tell them to do is I tell them about what I do sometimes here and there. But one thing I tell people to do all the time is just work on portraits for a while. Seriously, from the chest up, zoom in on that figure, move your lights around, figure out what looks good, figure out what's too hot and what's not.
Yeah.
And a lot of that's also style specific too, because when I shoot in here, it's just as dark in here as it is when I shoot.
Yes.
So like I shoot differently than a lot of people. There's no lights going on in the background. Every light on. I mean, I even turned this light off right here. This one, the one that's lighting my face. So there's no lights going on in here at all when I shoot, which sucks because the floor's a fucking mess, and I've just my chair's on wheels, and I've destroyed so many little tiny accessories. but yeah, that's all really good stuff, guys. I appreciate it.
Vast customs dioramas touched before and after. That's a good one. Prime says room tour photos, people's collections. That's
a good one.
So they're all throwing out some good ones. Oh my God! You told me to turn out all the lights and sacrifice.
That's not exactly what I said, but pretty close.
Right.
Pretty
Oh,
close.
man. No, those are excellent. Those are really excellent ideas. Everybody, appreciate you guys chiming in and throwing some suggestions towards the fellas.
Did
man.
you write any of that down, Ronan?
What? I thought you were the brains. I was just the guy who made it pretty.
I told you how my notes go. I just write it down and then I turn the page.
And then you turn the page and never look back.
It's what the replay for is, guys.
Right.
Timestamp
Right.
55 minutes.
I'll watch it later. It'll be fine.
Oh my god. Oh man. No, this is excellent.
We're gonna bookmark this episode for when we run out of ideas.
So they run out of this. Come back to
There
this
you go.
one and check it out.
That maybe it take a while.
It might be like Ronan's not wrong. Every day I'm like, hey, I have an idea. Hey, here's something new. he's like, can we get the first fucking issue up, please?
Oh damn. So digital, how many of these everyday things actually get put in, or how many get left on the cutting room floor that Deadman
I'll be right back,
proposes?
Well, at the moment, they're all kind of in a stack until we get room to put it.
That many.
Because we both have lots of ideas. I mean,
Yes.
it's one of those things that there's only so many pages in the book.
Right.
And like with the tutorials in the first issue, they started off as one-page tutorials. And then we're
Okay.
like, well, we can't tell the full story in one page.
Mhm.
We want pictures to go with it so people can see what they're doing and know what's going on. So we'll make them 2 pages, and then I start laying it out. And, it's like, unless the type is this small, you want to be able to read it. You want people to be able to see what's going on in the pictures. So now there's 3 pages. And, in the next issue, they may have to be 4 pages if they're a more complicated tutorial.
That's
So, right now, room is our enemy, because
right.
the main focus that I want to make sure we don't get away from is highlighting the community. That all this other stuff is what we want the community to get excited about. We want to help out. We want to highlight, what we can to give people something to read and learn. But, the whole point is highlighting the community itself, the photographers. And so we're trying to make sure that we keep, at least half the book just full page features of community
That's awesome.
photographers. So
Absolutely.
if we grow, we're already talking about doing extra articles in the next one. And we've got other ideas. I think I'm going to give you credit for this, man, Deadman, because I think you mentioned this in a conversation, but maybe doing a poster pull out and the center spread,
Yep,
Wow, that'd be nice.
Yeah, the problem with that is resolution for that is massive. So
Yeah.
We're talking about a photography.
Did I hear centerfold?
Green, did I hear centerfold? What up, Quintastic? No, man.
You imagine hearing somebody on some Instagram live, just some random photographer was like, dude, I got the fucking centerfold, man.
Like, what?
Me.
What is it you're doing again?
The what now?
Yeah, for what was this? Yeah.
anyway, it would be awesome, but yeah, the resolution on that would be crazy.
Yeah, it'd be nuts to do that. But it's a brilliant idea. That'd be something that really would set things apart.
Well, and on the subject of resolution has become somewhat of an issue because not everybody on Instagram or at all shoots with an actual camera or edits their photos on a computer.
Correct.
I just started doing that, and I've seen a huge difference in just the resolution of my photos, even on Instagram, even though Instagram compresses it so much.
Yeah.
Every app you switch it back and forth with on your phone compresses your photo even more.
Yes.
And I knew it was happening, but now that I'm seeing what I'm putting on Instagram now, as opposed to what I was putting on there a month ago, it is nuts. Like the difference is crazy. It's beyond me how much it makes a difference.
Wow.
And in saying that, we're not discriminating against people who use their phones. We're not trying to say that's a bad thing, because the best camera to use is the one you have.
That's absolutely right.
you can learn on a phone if you got apps that can control shutter speed and things like that. You can do similar stuff, maybe not to the same degree as a expensive camera, but you can learn, you can get better. The problem is with print, unless you want things to be fuzzy, we need a certain resolution to keep things sharp.
Yeah.
So, like you said, that's kind of been a challenge because we don't want to exclude people who shoot with their phone because there's nothing wrong with that. If that's what you got and you enjoy doing it and that's what you're comfortable with, awesome, keep doing it. But a full page in a magazine is going to be a little much for most phones.
Yeah.
Not all, but most of them.
Yeah, definitely not all of them, but most of them.
That's correct. No, you're absolutely right.
What's up, 117?
Yeah.
Vico Sands.
Yo.
Fantastic is here. Wow.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on.
Gangs out here, Latin Legions. What up, fellas?
Oh,
thank you.
Latin
Thank you
Legions.
guys for showing up.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I totally hijacked those guys.
No. For those just joining us, we've got Digital Ronin, Deadmanwon joining us. They are talking about Legis magazine. If you don't know now, you know it's coming. Pre-orders are available now. The price is excellent. Like that, I'm still so good with that price, man. That price is badass. And I get what you're saying. We're gonna keep it under this certain marker so that there's no debate on what you would want to purchase versus this. And with it being quarterly, ain't no excuses for folks out here. Don't have it. There's no excuses. No excuses.
And I don't think we mentioned that we're throwing in a little extra surprise with the first print run.
Oh, you got a few of them right there, right?
We're throwing in a whole bunch
Well,
of.
hold on. Let's put them on.
Yeah.
Let's put them on big. What you got there, dude? Oh, yes, man.
That's not even half of them that
No.
are coming.
These are just
That's
the ones that
so
got
nice.
here so far. Deadman ordered a literal crap ton.
Yeah. I think I'm adding. I think it's 7 more stickers to that pile.
Yes.
It might only be 6. I'm not sure.
So Bass has a question. How far along is the magazine? Well, let's backtrack.
As far as I know, we could print that thing yesterday.
Yes. That's what we're
The first issue is done. The only thing I need to do is export, final files to the printer. And it is gone and ready to go. And
there you go. So yes, it's ready. It's ready, and it looks again. Please pop over. I'm gonna have to drop it again. Please pop over to the website. Check it out. It's there, so you can see. It's ready. It's ready to go. Let's get it ready. Here it is, right here.
Yeah, we're trying to take pre-orders until March 31st, just so everybody knows. That way, because the more pre-orders we get, the more volume we can order, which means we'll have more in stock after the fact, and we can maybe send some to shows and that sort of some of the other stuff we were talking about.
And also, just in case you guys see it say waitlist or something like that, we're not Mezco.
Right.
It says waitlist. That means there's actually some coming.
Yes.
So after we on the 31st, we'll take the pre-order down and we'll put up a wait list. We'll actually send the magazine off to print, and then when we get the actual physical copies in our grubby little hands, everybody on the wait list will get a notification, and we'll actually put what we have in stock in the store for anybody who didn't pre-order.
Yes.
So there will be more coming, like you said. Hopefully,
let me see if I can do this real quick.
There might be a lag between actually between the wait list coming up and it just the pre-order stopping, because we have to decide how many we're going to print, and because we don't want to have 100. We don't want to have 150 people on the wait list and us only get like 60 extra magazines.
Right. Absolutely makes sense.
So before we put up the wait list, there's going to be a cap on it that the website will stop.
Gotcha.
Am I correct, Ronan? Is that correct?
That is an option, yes.
Okay. I thought we had already discussed it. Now I feel like an asshole.
Oh no, that's
You should have seen me on Latin Legions, man. Every like 4th sentence I said, I was like, I can't say anymore because Ronan's not here to slap me.
And again, checking it. The link is in the comments, guys. Go check it out. Please go check it out, man. Let's help these fellas help the community, because actually
getting mine after
that is their motto. helping they're helping the community, so pay it forward. This is how it works, man. You got the money. I like to badger people sometimes, so you got the money.
Okay, go ahead. I was going to tell you to slow down, but go right ahead.
You got the money.
I'm not going to badger him, so do it.
I do, man, because if people are, you're going to spend that on a gum or some shit. So go ahead and get a magazine that you can have in your collection that you'll have like your figure. There you go.
You can chew your gum while you're reading your magazine.
Exactly.
Or like a comic book.
Don't spend it anyway. Do it towards a good cause that these fellas are actually helping bring the community together. Because that's what's special about this. Again, just wanting to reiterate that it's bringing the community together. That's their motto. That's what they're standing on, and that's why it makes it so special. And it seems that my man Deadman, he seems to gravitate towards those types of mottos. Bringing people together, whether it's Legion's Magazine, whether it's Odd Frog, 112, Chop, Toy Mercs, the man has been consistently putting that forward, that he's trying to bring the community together, and that's a respectable thing. It really is, because yeah, man, this is one. I think the toy community is one community where it brings together more different people than any other community I can actually think of. Like it brings together so many of us from all over the world, like people all over the world from different backgrounds, different whatever, and we come together and we get to, we get to be like kids on the playground back when there weren't judgment and there weren't, you just having fun and enjoying shit. So that's what is special about this community. And when fellas like these guys are doing stuff like that to enhance it, you support them. Do that, please. Do that for yourself. You'll feel good.
I appreciate that.
But enough of my soapbox.
No, that was beautiful. Thank you for
very well said.
No, just
that was really nice. Wait till I tell Ronan we need to print the entire magazine in 3 different languages.
Well,
look what we have to do. The secret plan, though, what he's not telling you is the whole goal is to make enough money to launch our own Deadmanwon whiskey brand.
There you go.
Nice.
No, man, I'm not about waiting for whiskey. I want to go buy it. I don't want to fill it.
You're on a wait list for whiskey.
Hey, look, Digital, you can't, that's not even anything to joke about. If Tom Holland Spider-Man can create his own non-alcoholic beverage, Deadman can create his own whiskey. Shit. Like, it's doable. It's definitely doable. But no, man, it's you guys are doing the right thing, and us fellas, myself, Blitz, Green, AB, we've always been about like boosting that up, man. People are coming in and they're showing the community nothing but love. We got to stand behind that. So that's how it works, man. That's how it works. Says, wait, Raven wants to know where he sends his pre-order for that whiskey. My biggest question would be, what would Deadman call it? What would the whiskey brand be called? That'd be interesting. Wow, that'd be good.
We'll do
You're gonna have to get back with
April Fools.
Right. Oh man, no, you have to get back on that one. So
didn't even grab a beer.
let me project ahead for you fellas. All right, so we're a year down the road, and you've got several of the magazines under your belt. You said you were potentially considering doing like specials or something, or annuals, or what stuff like that. Have you thought of like, and I know you kind of briefly touched on it, have you thought about some of the crazy stuff you would do in a seasonal type thing? Like say, one is fall and it's like Halloween time or something like that. what kind of ideas have you got for stuff like that that would make it even more fun to engage?
I have a really good one, and I'm not going to say it because
Yeah,
Ronan
don't say it. Don't share it.
Ronan and I have talked about it, but we haven't decided whether it's going to happen or not. But for a Halloween issue, I have a really good idea.
Excellent.
Curious.
I figured that.
Not gonna bring it up here because I know this is gonna get posted and it's gonna be here forever. And if it ends up not happening, then
they're gonna hold you on it.
Well, that's how Toymark started, man. I just said something when I was drinking, and all of a sudden,
there you go.
And here we are.
Now you go. But
now there's a magazine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how this happened. It just kind of did.
Well, I know how it happened. It happened because Ronan sent this to me as a gift, and I was so stoked on it that he said, "Well, maybe we should give it away for the Toymarks giveaway," and I was like, "Not mine." and then we gave it away, and people were stoked on it during the giveaway on the Skeleton's Tomb, and Ronan came and talked to me, and like he told this whole story earlier. It started as a picture book, ended up becoming a magazine.
Yeah.
And to go back to your question, I mean, we've talked about some cool things. Like, I don't want to let the cat out of the bag because we haven't the first issue printed yet, but I will give you a hint that the third issue coming out in October will be a horror themed issue. It just
That's awesome.
I mean, it has to be.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But we've joked around about other things. Like any big major franchise, we could do a special. We could do a standalone book. For Star Wars or Warhammer or Marvel Comics. Stuff like that. And if people want it and the magazine sells, we'll keep doing it. This has been a ton of fun so far, and it's something that we've talked about, and we want to just keep doing it for as long as we can. So
that's excellent. So let me ask, and here's something getting into more kind of the technical stuff. What actually goes into your guys' editorial process? How do you, when you're doing your layouts, how do you figure out like, okay, we could maybe put this in here, we could move this towards the back of the magazine, put this toward. How do you go into that process? Do you just lay it out and go, okay, it looks kind of flows really good like this, or how do you look at it?
Well, it's just I do a lot of graphic design as at my job and on the side and stuff. So I've kind of got my own little process, and it's very organic for the most part. This kind of came together by me putting everything in a document and then Deadman going, "Don't forget about this, and I get this, and we need to put this in here too." And then we have to rearrange things 5 times so we can make everything fit. But it's seriously though, like I said earlier, the whole point is to highlight as much of the community as we can, and to make the photography the focus. There's other toy magazines out there. They're either about collecting or they're about selling stuff, or and we wanted to make the community and the photography the main focus. So the rest of it was just, how does it flow in the magazine? How does it make sense? I don't want a million ads. And if there are ads, we don't want them to like interrupt things that where it's intrusive, So
even I'm working really hard to make sure that the ads that get placed in the book are relevant to the book.
Yes, exactly.
Gotcha.
We're not going to be doing hair care products or Easter eggs or anything like that.
There's not going to be any fucking perfume samples.
You're not going to have like what in the old comic books, like Hostess cupcakes or Muscle Man.
Muscle Man.
No, but I have thought about like making up some of those, like just like those old ads that were like, send this and this and this away and you'll get this sort of thing, just as a joke. I thought about it, but I'm also like, what if somebody takes it seriously?
They start collecting proof of purchase.
Then all of a sudden they get sued and everything's over.
Well, one of the collab groups did that not too recently with, I think, the Universal Monsters, and it was actually, some of them were really, really good. And that could be fun. We can work that in sometime, maybe. Okay. As long as, like you said, nobody took it seriously.
Tried to send in proof of purchases to you're like, why is our PO box got all these cutouts of proof of purchase? What are we gonna do with this? Man.
Send 15 magazine covers and a check for $35.
Right.
And we will send you a thank you note.
Oh,
But you might
yeah.
get, maybe
Got some ideas for your Raise the Dead whiskey.
Oh, there you go, man.
Oh,
If
I
that
like
doesn't
that.
exist, you need to
The
copy
Darkness of Seattle, 90 proof.
I actually really like that one. I love that one. Love that one.
Oh my God. Vectus, no free table dance voucher.
Do you really want to see Deadman giving you table dances? No.
Probably not.
Cut it out of the back of the proof of purchase.
Maybe 8 years ago. Some of you actually might have wanted to see that 8 years ago, but not now. Definitely not.
And Vectus brings up an interesting, but I think this is why I think this works. He says selling magazines sounds hard in the current digital age, but I think that's why this works is because we're seeing people go back to collecting vinyl. I think even cassette tapes are coming back. It just people are really longing for, as Green said it earlier, just holding this in your hand, like having it in your hand, being able to thumb through it, being able to know that you can. It's in like a bag and board, and it's like you keep it in night. I think that is coming back. Whether people are aware of it as much as others, maybe not, but I think it's coming back, and I see the trend maybe hopefully picking up.
As far as I know, like vinyl records has like never gone out of style as far as I'm concerned. I'm a huge punk rock fan. I like metal, I like crust punk, and all that shit comes out on vinyl, all of it. And it's so as far as that goes. I don't know if everyone's going to be excited about. There's going to be those people that are just going to be like, "Give me a digital copy already." Why not just tell them to move out of the United States or the United States territories, and that'll happen. Ronan, make that sound nice. Smooth that up.
My whole attitude about the whole thing is, we're going into this realistically, in that we know we are in the age of instant gratification.
Yes.
And this isn't for everybody. And that's okay. No. We're not trying to rip people off or make oodles and boodles of money. I mean, it'd be nice if I could do this and, retire from my job. But realistically, we're doing this because we like it. This is what we want to see. And, I think print, the cool thing about print is you actually have ownership. The bad thing about everything in the digital age is you don't own anything anymore. You buy a movie on iTunes, they take it off their server 6 months later. You know what you get told? Sorry about that. We lost
right.
You don't have the movie anymore.
That's right.
And yes, that's actually happened to me. But
that sucks. That is terrible.
It is actually
so weird. But it's like that with everything. I mean, music. You most people stream music. They don't even buy albums anymore. And if you cancel your subscription or they go under or something, you lose your whole library. I know books are kind of a pain in the ass and kind of old school, and not everybody digs books. I mean, I've got shelves of them behind me. But like you said, there's some nostalgia and there's physical ownership, and it's really cool to hold something in your hand that's not your phone or a tablet or a computer monitor, which would be
reading something that isn't backlit. There's something nice about that.
Yeah,
right. That's right.
Exactly.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Oh, you're all good, man. I was just rambling.
At this point, I'm pretty buzzed. I've been on podcasts all day. So.
Musk Scuffer says he sent his first fish card to get it graded. Hey, man, don't you really can do that. And
do it.
That shit would be dope, actually.
Do it. I've had people ask me to get it signed.
Well, I thought that came.
I'm gonna tell you right now, as a Mo Turtle collector wants one sent to him in Japan, and he wants both of us to sign it, Ronan.
That's what's up, man. Yeah.
I don't know why, but I'm happy to do it.
Because, man, you guys you're doing I don't know if you're settling into it because you guys are. I mean, you're both very humble brothers, but I don't know if you're settling into what you're actually doing, man. This is nice. And you're setting a precedent. And so once this goes and it's going, people are gonna be like, man, those two dudes, man, they did that shit. So that's why people were like getting you early. Like they don't, they want to be like, hey man, like I don't want to just come up to you like after the magazine's been out for 3 years and be like, can you sign my, because then it's like I'm sucking up to you. But if I hit you up, now it's genuine. Like, hey man, like I got respect for you, man. Sign this for me, man. This is gonna be
Or we'll sign yours too.
Golden, man.
An anime figure statue collector said something in the comments, and you're right, Roger. You did ask for that, but also so did Damien. Damien asked me to do that as well.
Yeah.
We're just gonna make you sign a disclaimer that you fully acknowledge that us signing it makes it worth less.
That's messed up, Digital.
Oh nah.
You just, what is this mark on my magazine, man? What the hell is this? Oh.
My signature looks like scribble anyway. You're not going to be able to read
Oh
it.
man.
Dude, my signature is fucking terrible. It's worse than a doctor's. Like it's bad.
But I think that's what makes it real though. I think that gives it the authenticity. So when and where's the meet and greet? There you go.
I thought that's what we were doing. I thought this wasn't.
Yeah, I thouot this was it. This is it right here, right?
Now they want the physical one so they can the copy can get signed there. Raven's Vector says Raven's gonna buy us all signed copies.
just so you guys know, there's extra shipping involved with signed copies.
With signed right. That's, he's pulling it. He's doing the Todd McFarlane on that one. he's got his socks off right now.
Oh Lord.
I don't have my socks off, but my shoes are off.
But your shoes are off. Okay. Oh man, this is awesome. But nah, man, this. I'm like I said, all I can say is I'm proud of you guys. I'm actually the fellows in our humbled you guys coming on here to share this with us that the magazine's gonna, because a lot of times people get the information afterwards, but we really appreciate that we're able to have you guys on before it actually is to print, and so it's like we can actually talk to you about the process, man. We appreciate that, man. This is awesome.
We appreciate it. I mean, we know you guys. And it's it's cool. It's one of those things. Deadman does these things all the time. I mean, like he's on 2 a day, I think, some days. I mean, he was in 3 other ones today, I think. But I try to stay off the camera. I like being behind the camera, not in front of it. So
yes.
This is fun. As long as I don't embarrass you guys or do anything stupid, it's all good.
What? No. And if you did, that's what Lazy Boyz is
the place
about.
to do something stupid, man. This is Lazy Boyz.
Yeah, you came to the right show. That's what it. How much to take the camera off?
I almost came on in a mask, but I didn't want you to think I was mocking you because that wasn't it.
Oh, no.
I thought it would be fun. Yeah.
No, look. I wear this because of my job, man. Like, I don't want to be killing people because you see my face.
Didn't I come on Lazy Boyz once before with a Boba Fett helmet on just because of this?
What's that?
Didn't I start a Lazy Boyz episode once with a Boba Fett helmet?
I think you did.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think you did, man.
Pretty sure I did.
Is this fitting?
Yeah.
Terrell saying best of luck.
Well, actually, that's perfect.
Best Love Magazine guy, very excited. We are too, man. This is awesome to hear.
This is very
awesome
exciting.
To see. This is what we're talking about. It's again, I can only speak for Blitz and AB, but this is stuff we were hoping for back when we started Pick Bar and Lazy Boyz and stuff, was to get to this point where our peers in the community would be doing something like what you guys are doing. This is so special to us in ways that you guys you won't understand, but it's very special to us to see this come to fruition. And like when you see people across the community, whether it's you guys, whether it's Odd Frogs, whether it's the cats like Jedi Jack, 7-8 points,
or from
different
the realm.
Yeah. What's that?
I said from the realm. I'm really excited.
Yes. It's seen even people like Raven when he established contact with like Savage Crucibles and stuff. this is stuff that when we started our show, 4 or 5 years ago, this is what we wanted it to see then. Like this is seeing this now is amazing, man. And going back to all the new photographers that are jumping in, man, these guys are hitting the ground running. I run across a person who's got like 200 followers, and their photos look just as good as somebody like Mr. Lee, right? And if not better. And it's like, this is amazing, because when we started, I was just taking a photo of a picture of a figure on top of a drawer, man. I was like, I did it.
Right.
I got
This
it.
is awesome.
It's like, look at this accessory of the figure. but now people are actually showing their talent and their skill and their artistry and their creativity and everything. And it's exactly what we wanted to see happen with the community over time. And you guys are bringing that into light. And I love it, man. This is awesome.
Well, you know, the more people do exactly that, the more the community is going to be exactly that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and
well
like,
said.
and
Very
like,
well.
I'm gonna say this, and it sounds weird, but I'm not. I don't mean it to sound weird, but I have been drinking now for hours. But but I just want to say, like, the more. See, now I'm second guessing myself. But anyway,
Do it, man. Say it.
the more that you follow the mold that everyone's invited to this table, the more the bigger the table's going to get, the better the table's going to get, the better everyone at the table is going to get. So just invite everyone to that table. If anybody asks you for tips or anything like that, be careful, because some people can get butthurt. Just make sure they will really want to hear what you have to tell them. But tell them. Don't not give them the information because you don't want to deal with them getting butthurt or whatever. Just let them know that, this might hurt your feelings. But that's not my point. That's not what I'm trying to do. Just put it out there. Just do it. Just do it. Like I said it before, I said it again. The more people that can be at the table, the more people will be at the table.
Yeah, no, that's excellent. And kind of piggybacking on this, Muscuffers asked a excellent question. Do you guys ever get photographers blocked and struggling with? That's an excellent question, man. It's very introspective for you to share that with us.
Do you guys really want me to answer this?
Go for it, man. I mean, I think we all go through it.
I've been blocked multiple times by the same people, over and over and over again. I'm not going to say who they are. I'm not going to say why it happens, because at this point I don't care. I'm over that whole situation, the whole thing. There is a huge beef between Toymerks and something else. I'm not going to say what it is. And the thing is Toymerks has never really had anything to do with the beef. There has been a time where I was spiteful and answered things. I'm not going to lie about that. It's true. But at the same time, it's like that everyone's invited to the table. I've just said that. Everybody.
Yeah.
So like it doesn't, if you want to block people over some things, like just make sure it's a real thing.
Right. Nothing to do with
exactly. Don't block people. Just don't block people because they might take some shine off of you, because I guarantee that's not what anyone's trying to do.
That's correct. Excellent.
But I mean, if they are trying to do it, then that's a different thing. But you gotta navigate those waters carefully.
And he's actually, this is a double meaning question, actually, not just photographers blocking, but he's saying, do you have like a writer's block too, like a photography block, like you just can't come up with an idea?
Constant level.
Okay.
On a constant level. Like I sit down to take a photo and I have no fucking idea what I'm doing. Ever. I just start grabbing things. Like I'll decide what the background's going to be, and I just start grabbing shit. And half the time, I would say at least 75% of the shit I grab does not make it into the photo.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Digital. What about you? Do you ever just find yourself? I can't think anything right now.
Oh, dude, constantly. So I'm working basically not counting the magazine here because this isn't work. This is fun. I'm working like a job and a half right now, and so finding
Mhm.
time to take pictures is challenging. And
Yes.
sometimes when you have the
Mhm.
time, you don't have that brain power. You don't have that spark, that imagination energy to actually come up with something creative to do.
That's right.
Uh,
Mhm.
like last week I had time to take one picture,
Mm.
and then so yesterday, um, I almost always post on Saturdays, whether it's with a collab group or just because it's something I've had a time to do or sitting on or everything. And yesterday I took out my NECA Dracula figure because it's one of my newer figures. I set it on the table. I put some lights on it, and then I left for like 2 hours because I was so frustrated. I couldn't think of
Mm.
anything to do with it. And usually most of the stuff I do, I'll have like, oh, it'd be really cool if this looked like this, or try to do some sort of movie poster, and I'll sketch things out and then move things around and then do Photoshop stuff. And yeah, some days it's just not there.
Mm.
The thing that works for me is to not force it. If I force
Got
it,
it.
Mhm.
it'll be a crappy picture, or I won't like it, even
Yep.
if it is a decent picture. And then you'll have to put up with me bitching in my comments about how much I don't like the picture. So, it's this year I've really put a lot more time into trying to plan ahead shots that I want to do, so that if I do get stuck, I've got an idea in the back of my head that I haven't done yet. And I've got a list on my phone in one of those little notes apps of things that I want to try to do. And
Yeah.
if I have time and the brain power, I pull up that list if I don't have any other ideas, because it's a way to at least stimulate. And another cool thing that I think um, Deadman's been doing lately is groups like Amp Toys that
Yeah.
give
Mhm.
you challenges to try to spark you to think. So then, even if you are completely brain dead on how to do something, maybe you just need to come at it from a different perspective.
Right.
So one of those challenges on lighting or angles or something could really spark an idea on something cool you could do that you haven't tried before, to help break you out of that rut. Comic books, movies, and music are always helpful too.
That's very true.
Yeah. And on the Amp Toys thing, we're
Mhm.
actually just about to do the Orton effect. I'm sure not everybody knows what that is, but it's kind of like it kind of just makes your photo look dreamy, like
Okay.
it's got that whole haze of a dream going on. And I decided I was going to do that with a dark photo,
Oh,
which is really hard to do, and it took
right.
me. I don't know. I was up till probably 4 in the morning editing two different
Wow.
photos to blend together to make it look right. But it was so much fun. I was super excited about doing it, and the photo I actually took wasn't the idea that I had for the photo. The idea I had for the photo was a Warhammer thing, and like I said,
Mhm.
I literally just sit down and start grabbing shit,
Yeah.
and then it just happens. My room is a fucking mess because of it. But I just sit down and I just start playing with toys and just get it going. And but yeah, Amp Toys is a really good one for that because it's not a the theme isn't figures
Yeah.
or a franchise. The theme is a photography style.
Yes.
Mhm.
I like that.
And
That's cool.
yeah,
No,
I spent a lot of time on that yesterday and had a really good time doing it.
I think and for those in the chat, I think Mudskuffer, I think for me, one of the things it may sound chaotic, it may sound crazy, but for me, one of the things that gets me going with my shots is I'm in a lot of collabs. They actually
Mhm.
dictate what that theme is usually. So that actually motivates me to get ahead of it because it's like, okay, if I know what the theme is, it's kind of like being, I hate to make it sound like I'm in school or something, but I have a syllabus or something. And it's like, I
Mhm.
know that that's due then, that's due then. So I can actually get an idea because when I'm out there on my own, yeah, it's really tough sometimes to even remotely think of an idea of what I want to do. That helps guide me for whatever that may. Green, what helps you?
I think for me, a big one Digital Ronin hit on was I have a list of ideas in my phone, like stuff like I'll be thinking about at work, oh, that'll be pretty cool. and then I'll put it in my phone, and then 3 months later I'll actually go back to that list and shoot that shot. But yeah, a lot of the times for me, it's just like, what am I interested in at the moment? Like,
What's brand new to me?
yeah,
The new
like,
stuff.
because like I was saying at the beginning of the show, I got the Rangers set in, and
Yes.
that has sparked so many different ideas. Like, I
There
still
you go.
have ideas for shots that I want to do. But yeah, it's a lot of times it's like movies that I've watched or TV shows and stuff like that I'll get ideas from. Like, oh, that would be a cool scene to kind of emulate, or that would be a funny idea to do.
No, that's the way to do it.
When it comes to movies and photos, for me personally, I get a lot of inspiration from that, but I never ever try and like recreate anything that I've seen.
Yeah.
I try and take like little aspects of things. Like a lot of the times when I really get it done and I'm ready to take the actual shot, it's so much different shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's inspired me to do it. I'm just gonna stop right there.
No,
I'm just gonna stop right there. And the reason why I'm gonna stop right there is because there's nothing wrong with recreating scenes. It's a huge part of our community. Like it's a huge part of our community. I personally don't do that, but it's a huge part of our community. People love to do that, and for the majority of it's fucking really fun to see.
It is, because and I can see where it helps guide. Again, it helps guide them. It gives them something to creatively get engaged with, because you've got kind of like a goal in mind. And I think and I think that's and Terrell says collabs are fun, but sometimes they make it feel like homework. But and you're absolutely right. But for me, that keeps me kind of from the ADHD kind of going on. It keeps me, like, if I know I've got to do this, then it makes me go, okay, I got to go ahead and do this. And then I have fun. See, the fun comes, I don't know, and I hope this happens with a lot of toy photographers. The fun comes in the actual setup for me. Like, that's the funnest part for me, because that's actually the part when I feel closest to childhood, because I feel like I'm actually, figure posing, playing with the figures, and then the shot goes, okay, I got to take the shot. It's that it's the admiration of the figure that like ends up being the most fun part sometimes for me. Is the setup is more so than the completed product. Have a superpower, not it's called having ADHD and getting a guide. So you're not all over the fucking place. What's up, Shoot? But yeah, it's you can writer's block, like I said, or if you want to call it time, it happens to all of us. You're definitely not alone, much stuff. It happens to all of us. Sometimes it's tough to get motivated. It really is. He says, I do like, okay, Prime says, I do like both. Create my own things, do specific scenes or comic books. See, there you go. Everybody has a different kind of approach that they kind of take to their photography. The most important thing is just have fun. Have fun while you're doing it. Have fun.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely started that way. I got to where I got because I really enjoy horror and suspense, and just dark and eerie. And like, so one of the recent photos I took was just one of those little barnyard animals. It was a cat.
Yes, I love that shot.
Window. And I wanted to take something super cute. I mean, I did sit down with the idea of taking something super cute and making it eerie as hell. So that was like the whole plan. So there is some idea usually when I sit down, but it's just like I never have like an actual scene in my head or anything like that. There's an idea, and usually it's creepy.
Yeah, that's good.
Usually it's just creepy.
But again, like I said, I think that comes with, I think you get enjoyment in that setup too, right? Because your mind's moving and you're like, this kind of looks cool over here. I mean, you just kind of get into it as you're going. I think that's something to be said about that.
Yeah, and sometimes there's a lot of frustration involved as well.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's very true.
Oh yeah, when you can't get a shot to turn out how it looks in your head, it can be the
Yeah.
most awful thing in the world. I did a Moon Knight shot, and so I don't have a lot of dioramas. I got some props and I got a couple little things, but me, most of the time I use Photoshop, and I don't know if that makes me lazy or innovative. I don't know.
No, it just makes you really good at what you do.
Exactly. There you
can't
go.
tell.
Thank you.
But for this Moon Knight shot, I bought a little potted plant, I bought a chair, I bought a statue, I bought an entire diorama kit to actually do this one shot. And the figure. I bought a figure. I bought everything to do this one shot. It's probably $150, $200 in this shot. And I hated it because the stuff wouldn't fit in the diorama the way I thought it would in my head, because I didn't actually measure. I just thought, hey, this would be cool. And then, so I couldn't even use the diorama I bought to use for that shot. None of the other stuff fit the way I wanted to, and it just made me really, really pissed off. And I ended up posting it anyway and was probably really snarky about it. But I hate the shot. What do you think? But, people were cool about it. And after a couple of days, I went back and I'm like, that's not what I wanted to do, but it still turned out pretty cool. So, we're always our worst critics, right?
Yes.
So you got to have fun with it. And if you don't like it, move on to the next one.
Yep.
Because there's always going to be another shot as long as you keep doing it.
Oh, man, I love that. Man, you need to put that on a shirt, dude. There's always going to be another shot. I like that. Because that has double meaning. That can go for if I want to have a shot of whiskey, or it could be, I mean, hey, it works for both.
If I wanted to have another shot of whiskey, it's impossible.
Oh, man.
But actually, I could make that shirt happen tonight.
You actually could.
There we go.
Keep that in note. Keep that in note. Mudscuffer says, thanks for the responses. Lets me know I'm not alone in the community, man. No, not at all, brother. We're all here. That's what we're here for.
Man, I've been fucking with Mudscuffer the entire time I've been on Instagram. He knows it's not.
Oh man, no, it's that's what this community is here for, man. So we can brainstorm sometimes. We can, give each other support and whatnot. It's beautiful, man. I love it, man. I wouldn't trade it for nothing, man. This is the community.
I mean, I'm not going to disagree with you on that. Not at all. I mean,
it's good.
I've been involved with a lot of other shit, and this is at least the healthiest one for me.
I have to agree to that.
Yeah.
Definitely have to agree to that, man. But before we wind down, man, I do want to say once again, just nothing but praise to you fellas for joining us tonight. Deadman Digital Ronin, thank you for joining us. Thank you for sharing your project with us, man, because your project is very important to the community. I'm going to keep on saying, I'm keep on stressing that this is what the community is supposed to be about. And these fellows are showing that with their example. They're if you want to call it this, you could call it this. They're being leaders, man. They're showing that, you too can come out and do something and make something that the community can appreciate, that appreciates the community. It's a two-way street. And so, I just want to say major props, fellas, to this, and nothing but success. And I'm ready to see this keep going, man. I'm ready to see this do what it do. Once more, I'm going to drop it in here. Let me get in here so people know what we're talking about. In case you just, you might have just came in right now and been like, what the hell is this dude talking about? They're doing what? They're doing this right here. Right here. And and I know Deadman gave me permission to badger. So
yeah, go right ahead. I'm not gonna do it.
Where did it go? Why is this thing?
I think that's exactly what I said earlier. Go right ahead.
Silly.
I'm not gonna do it.
Thank you. There's back again. It's acting silly. But Deadman gave me the permission to badger, but do it, man. Look at that. Look at this. I'm gonna hover over this right here. Look at this right here. You can do that. We can all do that. That ain't nothing. You're gonna spend it. That won't even get you into a strip club. So just letting you know.
Well,
At
I
least
mean,
not
it might
any
get
strip club you
it
wanna
might
go
get
to.
you into a strip club, but it ain't going to get you a seat at a table.
There you go. Ain't gonna get this through the tape. So there you go.
You're going to be at the bar with facing backwards from the end.
Facing backwards.
And the nosebleed seats at the strip club.
There you go. That would be horrible, actually. Nosebleed seats. That would actually be kind of almost like a gladiator arena. So like, what the hell?
Yeah, and in Washington, you can't even drink alcohol in the strip club.
Well, there you go. Yeah.
So why would you sit at the bar?
That's why you spend it on this right here.
That's why you buy this instead. So all of you people in Washington need to buy this for sure.
Exactly.
You have no reason not to.
And picking up where Blitz always leaves off, we appreciate that, Prime. We won't even get you a McFarlane.
Yeah. Preach.
Oh man, yeah. He's Blitz's spirit animal tonight. But nah, man. You guys, like, again, thank you.
Thank you guys. Yeah.
For
Been a
coming on
blast.
tonight. We appreciate the time y'all spent with us tonight, man. We appreciate what you're doing. Please check these fellows out. Where's going to be the next? Who are the next people you guys talking to about Legis Magazine? Who's next? Who you talking? Well, I mean, because Digital said you go on a show twice a day. You know?
Yeah,
I
you do like 2 podcasts a day.
This is my third one today. I can tell you that we have one person lined up for our featured creator, and we're thinking about adding a second one to the next issue. So I think we can tell them, Ronin, who is going to be the featured creator in the next issue, at least the one we already agreed on before we decided to try and pull out 2.
Oh, nice. Giving us a spoiler.
Do you want the sneak peek? The hint? The what did they call that? The lowdown, the classified information?
I actually already teased it today. No one noticed.
Damn.
Did you?
Yeah, I can pull it back up again if you can't get it before I do.
Yeah, I'm on my iPad, so I got nothing on here.
Oh yeah. Give me a second. I can do this.
Okay. Thanks, Deadman. Drop it in.
Yeah. Wrong.
The suspense is going to kill people.
Yeah. Well, keep talking it up. It'll work out.
Yeah. So we've even joked around about doing our own little, podcast. I mean, having Deadman do shots every time somebody asks him a question and just.
That's not exactly what we talked about, but I would still do that.
Right.
Well, I didn't want to give away anything real. I just thought it was funny and, probable.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's more than that's a given. It's not even.
That's a given. I got you. Like, you're gonna have to come with a better challenge than that. Let's see what we got.
So, do you want me to tell them the next feature?
It's right here.
Here we go.
I haven't actually asked him yet, so this may be a surprise for him too.
I get that.
I doubt he'll have any. I doubt he'll have any.
Yes. I haven't actually asked him. That's awesome.
We just kind of made assumptions. I mean, who wouldn't?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, and also at this point,
Amazing.
just so want to be like Mike understands. This won't be the cover of the next issue. This will be the back cover of the first issue. However,
That's awesome.
Hell yeah.
That's awesome.
it's kind of a little foreshadowing. It might not always be that way. It might not always work like that because, like I said, we were talking about maybe featuring 2 people in the next issue instead of just 1. Well, yeah, there you go. Hopefully, I thought it was all worked out, or I wouldn't have just shared it.
No, I think he would be fine with that. But yeah, I haven't actually pushed
That's
it.
what's up, man. That's awesome.
Well,
I'll do that
fuck
as
it.
soon as we're
It
done.
took me long enough to bring it up, Ronan. You could have stopped me.
Right.
I didn't think it was
Don't
a
do that.
secret. I think it, it's we're building suspense here.
This is correct. That's correct. This is awesome.
I'll just have to message him as soon as we're done, so he sees my message before he sees the video.
Like,
Oh,
what the
by
heck?
the way,
Yeah, by the way.
Hopefully.
That's all good.
But again, thank you, fellas, again for joining us tonight, man. We greatly appreciate that. Drop like here's now's the time, man. What else you got? Like, tell us anything else you need us to hear. Tell the people out here what y'all need them to hear before we jump off. Tell them, break it.
Follow the Instagram.
There you go.
Instagram.
There's that. Follow the Instagram.
Don't forget, the pre-order will stop on the 31st. That doesn't mean you won't be able to buy them later, but
Right.
if you want to reserve your copy to make sure you get one, because this is a very small publication we're doing, get your pre-order in before the 31st. Then we're sending it to print. We're stopping everything for a while until we get physical copies. So
There you go.
And also just we are going to get more issues than that are paid for. We're going to be dumping some money on this, but at the same time, just so you guys know, it's not guaranteed that you're going to be able to get an issue right away. Anyway, after after we go to print, there's definitely going to be hopefully quite a few issues that are guaranteed. But like I said, if you go to the website after the 31st or on the 31st and you see that it's not available at all, go the next day, because we will put it to wait list and it will be numbered. So you will not be put on a wait list for something you cannot get. That is not going to happen.
Right.
Just remember that. We're not going to give you an inkling of a promise that we can't keep.
There you go. This is great information. So again, check these fellas. Go to the website. Do what you do. Toddy Mac might not like you for it, but do it anyway. And please go Deadmanwon's Instagram, Digital Ronin's Instagram. Check out the fellas. Toy God Original. Check these fellas out. Toy Mercs is doing what they're doing. Again, thank you for just coming on here, fellas, man. We appreciate you guys. Anytime you want to come back. In fact, we'll put this out there. In the future, you want to come back once you've got the actual full copies everywhere. Like, definitely drop back in, man, so we can talk about it. We'll do the follow up if you guys would like. That'd be great. And get us there. And actually, we'll say it here. We'll say it right now. Quarterly, man. You're gonna have to drop by quarterly. You're gonna have to drop by quarterly every time new issues coming out. That's what we got to do. It's gonna be fun. Have some fun. Do stuff.
give us the inside scoop.
Exactly.
we appreciate that. It's kind of a balance. We want to get people excited about it, but we don't want to give too much away.
No.
Either.
Tease them to what's coming. What's going on? But again, everybody, thank you tonight for everybody that came in and joined in, and thanks for giving you guys some great questions, man. We appreciate you guys throwing out some suggestions. The digital was asking for. Appreciate that, and everybody that came in tonight. Thanks guys for joining us tonight. We appreciate you guys taking the time out of your evening, joining the Lazy Boyz. We're gonna be back next Sunday. We have more guests coming. We're back in the fold. Pig Bar will be back in April. We're doing something a little bit different, and actually kind of piggybacking off of what the fellas here are doing. We're getting more into just hardcore appreciation, but we need your guys' help. We want the help of the community to help us do more appreciation, because that when you're appreciating each other, it works much better than the four of us just going, hey, look at this person, look at that person. We want you guys to help us look at these people out here, because there's a lot of talented toy photographers joining Instagram every day, it looks like. So let's give them some shout outs and show them what the community is about. Other than that, man, I think a lot of the shows are coming back too. A lot of the shows have been getting geared back up. I know Skeleton Tunes is every Wednesday. They ain't missed the beat, so definitely check them out. And I know that same thing with Worthy Addiction. They ain't missed the beat, so check them out. Some of the other shows are coming back. Green, you guys are coming back with more Echo Bass, right?
Yeah, we just put out our first new episode last week, and so we're still in the planning process of the newest one. So
there you go.
we'll
Ravens
keep you
Cross the
posted.
Sand, they've been putting it down. So make sure you check that out. They ain't really missed the beat either. So yeah, there's the shows out there, the community's out there. Reach
A lot
out
of
to
good
each
stuff.
other, holler at everybody. There's lots of stuff going on. And I think Deadman mentioned this earlier. Hey man, we're all here to reach out to. Anytime you want to reach out and chat about photography, chat about stuff, that's what we're here for. We help each other. So like, just reach out. Like it's you'd be surprised what type of bond you make just hollering at someone and being, hey man, I was looking at this figure, looking at this shot, and you get to talking, and then you got a real bond with people. So this is what it's about, man. So thanks again,
I
fellas.
guarantee Ronan had no idea what he was in for.
When you reach out.
He just sent me this. He had no idea what was gonna happen.
And look at it now, though. This is amazing. That's off of one thing, one
Yeah,
single thing.
and that was like what, 2 months ago?
It feels like a lot longer than that, doesn't it?
That's dope.
Well, maybe
awesome.
for you. But
That's what I'm talking about, man. But again, fellas, thank you. Appreciate y'all coming on tonight, man. Enjoy your night, man. Have a good
Absolutely,
one.
man.
Thanks, man. It's fun.
We up out of here, man. You know what? You know how it go, Green.
Yeah, you heard the man. Stop being lazy.
Cubanoia.
There it is. Late, bro. Much
All right,
much
thank
love,
you,
brothers.
guys.
Late.
You have a good night. Okay.
later.
Hey, guys.
Have a good one.
Hey, look, we can just hang on.